Hey everyone, this is Take Shot Action, and today I'm going to be making a video about racism, and specifically, we're talking about racism towards white people.
Oh no, not another one of these videos.
This seems to be the new form of racism that Western culture has accepted as what they're going to be doing as the new form of racism, and it's completely ridiculous.
I just responded to Brittany Pettibone. This sounds like it's going to be the same kind of video.
Now, I'm assuming there's going to be a very large majority of people right now nodding their heads, and a very small minority of people shaking their heads. Okay? Now, if you're one of the people nodding your heads, you already know everything I'm going to say in this video. But to the people shaking your heads, I'd really take a moment to listen. Okay? Recently, and this is just an example, okay? Now, there's been many instances where we've seen that there's a lot of racism towards white people in America, but I'm going to bring up one very big example today to hopefully make a point of the fact that this needs to stop.
Oh, you have examples, you say? Do tell, I'm listening.
I can't bring up every single instance where this has happened because this has been going on for years now. The racism towards white people has been going on for years now. I've been sick of it. I've been quiet. I've shut my fucking trap for about 4 years about it because of white guilt.
Holy crap, it's like watching a Diet Teal Deer video where he's reading off Brittany Pettibone's cue cards. Just get to the point already.
It's an actual thing where we feel guilty for being white, and it's horrible, and we shouldn't have to feel like that anymore because, quite frankly, I'm entirely sick of the racism put towards white people, and I'm going to stick up for myself.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
If I were in America, I would not feel comfortable making this video. I position the camera so that I feel like I'm not talking down to people, so that no one feels like I'm talking down to them as well. If I was in America, like I said, I would not be making this video. I would be far too scared to be speaking out for white people.
What? Seriously, what? All I hear about on conservative talk radio like Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity and all these anti-SJW YouTubers based in America go on about how white people are supposedly the most oppressed group in the history of everything. I just responded to Brittany Pettibone, who made that video in 2016. She's still alive.
Okay? This example that I'm going to talk to you about is going to express two opposites in which we've been told that white people are racist. And anything that you know about opposites is that they tend to not match. Opposites don't match very well, okay? Now, just like how the opposite of up is down. They're two completely different things, and they correlate to two completely different directions. Alright?
This is becoming like a Dr. Randomer Cam video. All you need is a cup full of booze.
Now, what I'm going to talk to you about is something that came up recently, and that's that makeup and the makeup industry is somehow racist, and also white people and the makeup industry are racist because of the fact that skin bleaching exists, or to make a fairer complexion for darker people. If this were the case, then you'd have to say that white people tanning means that black people are racist, and that the tanning industry is racist and favors black people, just as you're saying the makeup industry is racist and favors white people. Do you understand? Because in one instance you have darker people getting lighter skin, and in the other instance you have lighter people getting darker skin.
So, tanning, a thing that happens naturally to white people out in the sun, is somehow equivalent to makeup? Guess who set both of those beauty standards? White people. Also, there's the fact that black women often straighten their hair, and natural hair is often looked down upon. Although that's slowly changing thanks to a natural hair subculture, sadly, the norm is still emulation of white people's hair.
I don't like having lighter skin. I go out into the sun and I burn like a crisp. I would much rather be black than white. Okay?
So, you'd rather be black for the sole reason that you have fair skin and sunburn easily? Are you seriously saying being on the receiving end of systematic racism would be worth it?
So to anyone who's going to turn around and call me a racist, I just said I'd rather be a black person, okay? Now, and the reason why I'm getting so upset about this is just because this whole racism towards white people, like I said at the start, has been going on for so long that I'm sick of it.
So, the fact that you don't tan is somehow racist against white people? I'm having a hard time following what you're saying. At least with the Pettibone sisters, they had an argument to debunk. Sure, it was a terrible, poorly founded, racist argument, but at least they tried to make a coherent point. This video, I'm not as mad as I thought I'd be. I'm just confused.
If you were to say those things and to say that in each instance a white person is racist. That's wrong. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I looked up, is tanning racist? And I found out, oh, tanning is racist. And I'm like, okay, maybe people have a point that makeup is racist.
What? Again, what?
So I click and find out that actually what they're talking about is that white people are racist for getting tans because they're trying to look like black people or something. But it's not racist when it's not, but white people don't call black people racist when they want to have fairer skin. So what's going on at the moment? I'll tell you what's going on at the moment. There's a very small minority of people who are very hurt, and they're deflecting their emotions onto other people.
I think I see what you might be trying to say, but it's still wrong. White people set all the beauty standards due to being in control of every facet of society. So let me get this straight. This was the video you were afraid to make? It's just pointless rambling.
Whether or not they have or have not experienced racism in their life is completely irrelevant because it doesn't change the fact that what they're doing is wrong and racist. Okay?
So, whether or not someone experienced racism is irrelevant? Wow. You just put your foot in your mouth with that one. You do realize that being targeted by police, side-eyed by shop owners every time you go into a store, being more likely to be turned down for a job, and having people make excuses for police brutality against you are far worse than being told tanning is racist, right? And I don't know why you're fixated on that single point.
It takes all kinds to make a world. To say that an entire ethnic group is doing something wrong because of a certain group of individuals is racist itself. Okay? As soon as you class or group a bunch of people together and lump them all in, you are a racist. Okay?
Google systematic racism. Do it. You'll find it's different than the dictionary definition of racism.
So all these people who are saying that all white people are racist and all of them are doing this and that, okay? You have become the very thing you fear the most. And until you realize that, you're not going to get anywhere.
I know you're referring to Milo Stewart. He clarified that already. It's about subconscious bias. Not that all white people hate everyone who isn't white.
Most of the people who have seen this video understand where I'm coming from, and that's why the like to dislike ratio is the way it is. And you'll understand that one day, I hope.
Your whole video can be summed up with the following statement.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
This was the most disorganized, unstructured, inarticulate, maundering video I've responded to yet. And I've responded to the likes of Diet Teal Deer, I Must Destroy All, The Atheist Gamer, some guy in a shitty Deadpool costume, and the Pettibone Sisters. I'd call this video low-hanging fruit, but it's more like a crate of apples sitting on the ground.